What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and today is the final ranking, the fourth ranking of my Marvel Villains rankings. I had a blast doing this, and it's coming to an end. But we are at the final 10, the top 10 of the villains. We're going 10 to 1, just like usual. This is the final ranking. I had so much fun doing this. And as you know, I'm a very casual Marvel fan. Of course, I'm joking. But yeah. But hey, let's dive right in. Coming in at number 10 is Emil Blonsky from She-Hulk and The Incredible Hulk. Now, many people might forget that he was in The Incredible Hulk because for whatever reason, that movie gets a bad rap. I don't know. I personally liked it. I get Ed Norton and Mark Ruffalo are two different actors. But he still played the role very well. He caused so much chaos and destruction, and I couldn't believe it. Some of the stuff he did, and he's still around 15 years later. I'm happy he's still around. I look forward to a solo Hulk movie with Emil Blonsky being the villain and him and Mark Ruffalo finally fighting. But no complaints from me for Emil Blonsky. Played the role perfectly, and he's coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 is Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal from Spider-Man Far From Home. This villain, he started off as Peter Parker's friend, then slowly just snapped. And what made him great was he could take him on physically and mentally. He beat him. Judging by that after credit, where he tells the world and he doctors the video of who really is Peter Parker. I loved it. I thought he was a great villain. Far From Home was a phenomenal movie. Just the whole Spider-Man trilogy was. But Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal, I kind of wish he would have stuck around. I really do. But for what he played, the role, Jake Gyllenhaal, Mysterio, he killed it, man. That's why you're coming in at number 9, bud. Coming in at number 8 is Wanda from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
What?
I know what you're saying. Wanda's an Avenger. How can that be? Well, she went nuts in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Now, this is the one movie on the list that made it to the top 10 that I did not like. I did not like Multiverse of Madness. Thought it was a letdown, and I just didn't like it. Now, the reason Wanda is so high on this list is because she was the best part of the movie, and she played the villain role perfectly. And she could match Doctor Strange blow for blow, strike for strike. Now, she became good in the end, of course she did, but she still caused a lot of chaos and played the role brilliantly. And I'm glad they pushed it, and I'm glad she became a villain. Wanda Maximoff, you did very well for a movie that I did not care for personally. But Wanda Maximoff, number 8, would like to see her as a villain again, but we'll see. Coming in at number 7 is Yelena from Black Widow and Hawkeye. Now, I know what you're thinking. I criticized everyone because they didn't have enough screen time. But this is the one exception. Yelena was phenomenal in Black Widow and Hawkeye. In Hawkeye, Kate the Bishop. That's the only accent I'm doing, people. Don't worry. She was phenomenal in Hawkeye. She just wanted to kill Hawkeye, quite frankly. And she was there for a reason. But her chemistry with Kate Bishop is phenomenal. Now, she liked Kate. She didn't want to hurt Kate, and she didn't. She owned up to her word. But Yelena, comedic timing, so funny and can fight. And I would put her higher on this list if I could, but number 7 is all she's getting. But yeah, she's going to be in the new Thunderbolts movie, which I need more Yelena. I need more Florence Pugh. She's great. She's a great actress. And yeah, and Yelena was one half of the best parts of Hawkeye. Kate Bishop was the other one, of course. Coming in at number 6 is Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming. Michael Keaton, dog. You killed it, man. That movie was phenomenal. Michael Keaton played it brilliantly, and that scene where Peter finds out who her father is, and then he takes him to the dance, and then he gives him the talk, and they fight after. Phenomenal storytelling. I loved it. Michael Keaton pushed him to the limits, and then Michael Keaton even showed remorse in the end. But coming in at number 6, just outside the top 5, Michael Keaton, aka Vulture. We are at the top 5, folks. Coming in at number 5 is Obadiah Stone from Iron Man 1, the movie that started it all. Now, Obadiah wasn't necessarily a villain to begin with, but that doesn't hurt him here because he ended up being one. He just wanted to take over the dad's company, and Tony Stark ended up taking over the dad's company, and that made Obadiah Stone furious. So he made his own armor and tried to take out Tony. Now, he was a vicious villain, but he got his in the end. Tony had to work to get him out, but man, Obadiah Stone. It took me a few years to like him. At first, I was like, he's okay, but I've really come around to him. 15 years later. Great villain, phenomenally played, and just all around great villain, and that's why he's coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Zemo from Captain America Civil War and Winter Soldier Falcon. Now, I always complained on this list about them not being physical enough. This is the one exception, because this man knew he physically couldn't take the Avengers, and he said that. So he thought, if I can't take them physically, why not turn them against each other? And he did. That movie ended with so much chaos. Yes, Zemo did go to jail, but it left the Avengers in shambles. And when you turn the Avengers against each other, you're gonna be high on my list because you did some villainous work, pun intended. And the actor who played him did great, and I would love to see more of him. I don't know where, don't know when. Maybe Captain America 4. But Zemo, more psychological than anything, and it worked like a charm. Zemo coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3, the top 3 is Killmonger from Black Panther, played by Michael B. Jordan. Incredibly played villain. He beat T'Challa. He was pure evil, and he was king for a while, and they wanted nothing to do with him. Now, of course, T'Challa in the end got him, but he was running wild for a good chunk of the movie, and brilliantly played Michael B. Jordan. Is this your king? Is this your king? Love that line, and I wish they could bring him back. It doesn't look like they're gonna, but man, Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, phenomenally played a villain, and yeah, you're coming in top 3 on my list, number 3 to be exact. Coming in at number 2, there are 2 left. Who's it gonna be? Loki, probably my all-time favorite villain in Marvel. Now, I know what you're saying. How is he not number 1? There's one more guy that's ahead of him. But Loki, he has been Loki since 2011. He has played it brilliantly. He is funny, and he just keeps coming back and back and back. And he's got his own show. He's messing with time travel, and I can't wait to see what they have him do in the future. And Tom Hiddleston did say he would play Loki as long as he could, and I want him to play Loki forever, quite frankly. He was, whether the Avengers' first villain, just being funny, just turning on Thor any chance he could get. Phenomenal villain. He's got his own show coming out. He might be an Ant-Man. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. I'll take him in every movie at this point. But Loki, you're coming in at number 2, man. But there is just one more guy, and I think you know who that is. Coming in at number 1 is, you guessed it, folks, Thanos. The man who snapped away half the population for 4 years and snapped away some of the Avengers. No Avenger could take him by himself. Not even Wanda, not even Doctor Strange. And Thanos accomplished his mission, and he beat the Avengers. He beat them. Single-handedly, almost. How do you beat that as a villain? He was incredible, played by Josh Brolin over the course of 2 movies when he was trying to get the stones. He got the stones in the first Avengers, Infinity War, and in Endgame. They had to go back in time to try and stop him from doing it. They were successful, but it cost them a lot. Iron Man. But Thanos, he might be the top 2 greatest villain of all time on my list. If you know me, you know who my other one is. And he's not even Marvel, hint hint. With Thanos, you round out my list. Number 1, you've earned it. You were incredible in the role. And probably my 2 favorite Marvel movies. Big thanks to Thanos on that one. But yeah, Thanos, number 1. And we have come to an end on my Marvel Villains Rankings list. We made it, people. Let me know what you think below. If you agree, great. If you disagree, great. Let me know. I had a blast doing this. I really did. To do the research on this was so much fun. To go through the old movies, and I forgot some of these guys, quite frankly, but a blast. So, with that being said, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. What to do next Marvel related? Well, I have a plan, but after that, we're going to need some ideas. But until then, I'm Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.